Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing good. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm back again with another installment of my weekly market breakdowns. Um, I'm gonna jump straight to it. I'm gonna start with the DXY on the weekly chart, and this is what it looks like, right? This is quite confusing because I remember previously I said the price finally broke out of the range that it was creating, but the weekly chart is telling us something differently. The weekly chart is showing us a fake out. Are we gonna be going up to the resistance of the range, or this is just a young retest? I guess there's only one way to find out. It's just to wait and observe what the market is doing. I know I usually just start analyzing with you guys, but I did my prior analysis and this is what it looks like. And it's pretty simple to to break down or explain, you know. As you can see, we had a range here, had our first touch here, first touch on the resistance, first touch on the support, second touch on the resistance, second touch on the support, and then price didn't make it to the resistance, and then it broke the support on the daily. It broke the support and broke out. I was hoping that it comes here to the support for a retest before it actually drops, but it didn't. Right, my main focus, as you can see, my chart is like it's clean. I'm only focusing on the current, or relatively current market price action, just so we can get the gist of what the price is trying to do. Because at the end of the day, I'm a day trader, so I have no business analyzing data that is too old. But anyways, this here is the information that we need to make the next step. So we had our range big disrespected, and now price broke back into the range, and obviously we have equal highs here, right? We have equal highs here. We don't know if they're gonna hold, and also when you connect the highs from the second touch on the resistance, as you can see, you will see that we can actually connect the trend line, and now we are actually hoping for the third touch on the trend line. I don't know how long that is going to take, or we don't even know if this resistance or this trend line is going to hold, because the market could really be, going to the upside, considering the fact that it broke and came back in. So this move on the weekly looks like a fake out, right? Looks like a fake out, but then we'll just have to wait and see. So this is what it looks like on the 4-hour. We had our first touch here on the trend line, first touch, second touch. We're hoping for the third one, which also happens to be another touch on the resistance, or like the level where the previous highs were made. It even looks like a young double top this side if you look at this. So we're also hoping for a touch here, or this might actually be our liquidity pool, right? This might be our liquidity pool to say, since equal highs were made previously, now price might actually break only to fake out, break the level, break the level just to collect all the stop losses of the people who might be waiting for sells around this level, right? So as we know, if you're not familiar with these concepts or with this method, I suggest that you check out my previous videos where I break down the liquidity pools. Where are we most likely to find liquidity? Equal highs, equal lows, the support resistance, wherever where like a typical trader deems as a perfect opportunity to enter a trade. That's where you find the liquidity, because they're obviously gonna enter or put orders, and then also their stop losses and TPs. That's where you're gonna find a lot of liquidity. So if there's gonna be sellers who are waiting here, they're obviously gonna have their stop losses somewhere. Let me show you real quick. They're gonna have their stop losses right above the high, so we might actually get price break this level just to get the stop losses of the sellers before it actually drops. That's if it's not going up anyways, because at this point we broke back into the range, meaning we can even disregard what happened here and just look at price for what it actually does, because that's what I always say. Let's not try and predict and try to be right. Let's just react to what the price or the markets might be doing. So yeah, here's what my analysis looks like. I'm not gonna drop it to 1 hour because that's pointless. By now you get the gist. I mean, there was this line was broken. It was a support that was turned into a mini resistance right here. It got broken again and retested. It was beautifully respected, as you can see, a cool clean retest, and then this is what we are faced with. And also another confluence or another support for us to say, okay, price is bearish, is going to be the breakage of this line now, this support, because as you can see, we've had our first touch here on the support on this trend line, first touch, second touch, right? So for us to say, okay, price is officially dropping, we're gonna have to see the breakage of this line now, this support, to say, okay, price is finally going to the downside, right? So just beware and make sure that you apply proper risk management if you're trading any dollar pairs this week, because price is in the middle of nowhere according to this analysis. I'm gonna need price to either come to this resistance level or the support, right? When it's like this, I'm not gonna be taking any trades until it actually looks like something that I actually know, right? Either the breakage of this, the break and retest of this, right, of this support line, or the breakout and retest of this resistance to the upside, because that's also possible. It's not far-fetched. A price might actually be powerful enough to go to the upside and finally complete the overall range that we had. So it's all about watching and being patient, because if you're not patient, you're gonna give your money to the patient traders. So just be careful with what you do. On the 1 hour, let me go to the 1 hour and just zoom in on the current price action. You see, there was a range, price broke out, and they broke out to the downside. We don't know what it's going to do now, but I mean, some of you might connect the lows and say price just broke out of a trend here, which is also, I guess, it makes sense. It makes sense, but there's so much space. There's a lot of possibilities for price to actually now do anything, right? So if you have something defined, something you've seen before, go ahead and trade. Just make sure that your risk management is on point and you're actually trading according to your trading plan. So if the dollar is looking like this, let me just try and break down gold for you guys. What does this mean for gold? Now I'm gonna analyze gold from scratch with you guys. So as you can see, we have our resistance right here, and we have our support right here. We can have it here. I don't know how straight this is, but then this looks fine to me. First touch, second touch, third touch. A young fake out. Same story as the gold as the dollar, even though the dollar looked a bit more deep, but same story. Fake out, and then came back and went to go try and reach the resistance again. So if now a price is looking like this, let's go down to the daily and see what it could possibly do. I like to keep my analysis simple, especially on gold, because gold is easy to analyze, but trading it is a whole nother ball game. It's a different ball game. So what we can do is try and identify significant areas from our left-hand side of the market to see where price is most likely to react, just so we can make sense out of the potential moves that may happen, not be surprised when price is moving to a particular direction. So we have this level here, which was respected here. As you can see, there was a resistance, got broken, retested to the upside. Even though the move to the upside failed to make new highs, it still came back, broke the level, retested, made a little drop, went back again to go retest, and now it's dropping. Right, this is how it looks. And now let's try and look to the left hand side and see where the market could potentially be going to next. Right, so look at this resistance. There was a resistance, and then it got broken, got retested here. I mean, it was most of the time it got disrespected 2 times, but we cannot act like, or we cannot ignore the fact that it has also been ignored several times. 2 times. It has been disrespected 2 times. It has been respected 2 times. So let's just give it the benefit of the doubt. Here was a resistance, got broken. Here got retested, and then now it's broken again. So we'll see what price does when it gets to this level, because price is most likely to come to this level. That's the nearest significant level according to how my chart is looking right now, right? And what else? I think this is it on the daily. Price looks to be a little bit bearish according to my chart. Just let me know what you think in the comment section below. But then this is all I have on gold, because obviously if we connect the lows, the major lows, you'll see that this trend has long been broken, right? And this could also potentially be the retest. This is the retest pattern that formed here, but it doesn't make sense. Let's drop down to the 4-hour where it's more clear and where we can zoom into the price action. This line is low-key useless because we've established that price has broken out, but let's just keep it just to be reminded that okay, the uptrend is pretty much over, and now we are looking for better, for more opportunities. I know that line obviously has to be adjusted, because I know on the daily it was a bit lower, but then this is how it looks like on the 4-hour. So I just had to adjust it. I mean, you can have you can have both of them, have that one on the daily and have a different one like this on the 4 hours. It's entirely up to you, but this is also another level that we need to take note of, right? Look at this. This was a resistance, got resisted perfectly. Now price is most likely gonna come to this level just to retest, probably even break up, so if this is gonna be dropping to this level, that means we're expecting the dollar to really be going to the upside, right, on the other side, because remember how it looks. We are anticipating a touch on the trend line, the downtrend line, a touch there before it actually drops, just so we can say it respected the trend line. But then in the scenario that it doesn't, we're gonna know that okay, that means it's gonna go complete the range that it was creating. And what that means for the gold, it means gold is gonna be dropping, right? Gold is gonna be dropping, and with gold, we also have to be careful. We need to try and see what it could potentially be doing, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I tried to find levels or tried to find a pattern on gold, but I didn't find anything. I'm not even gonna lie to you, right? It's just marking all the important levels on gold, trying to see what gold is actually trying to do, because it could also be potentially forming which I doubt, because how it's moving, it's moving pretty strong. When price is moving to a certain area, whether below or above, when it's moving in a trend, it shows its strength. this shows that the sellers are strong because it's not moving linearly, it's just going in waves, and that shows the strength to say sellers are actually in control, you know. So what we can do is just wait. I don't know if you're gonna wanna connect the highs and see if maybe price is gonna maybe, you know, move in a way that it respects a certain trend line as a guideline for you to enter your positions, whether your the third touch for you to enter another sell, in a sense that maybe price will come. No, what am I doing? Maybe price will come here for another touch before it actually drops. We don't know. So just like make sure that you take note of all the scenarios that you think might happen based on your experience in the market, and just, you know, have an idea of how you would react. But this is how my gold is looking. And if you're gonna be too technical and make the chart looks very, you know, look and you know, define levels, we can also do that. We can also do that and just like put lines where we've had quite significant reactions to you know, to those particular levels. Yeah, this is how my gold looks like, yeah. I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna now try and come up with something that I don't see. If I was to trade gold, maybe the sells, I'll obviously look at the correspondence with the dollar. But if I was to look for another sell entry, I'd wait for price to come to the trend line, right? Which also happens to be at a same level or the same point as the support line, or a level that price respected previously as a support. Even here, it respected as a support, broke it, and then we got a young retest here. If you look closely, we had a young retest here. I don't know if this retest is enough. You know, this could be enough for gold to drop, but I'd expect a Kulo pull back to the line, and even possibly a fake out before price drops. And then now I'll be convinced that, okay, price is really moving to the downside. Or in the case that the dollar is actually gonna touch the, you know, in the case that the dollar is actually gonna just touch the downtrend line that I was telling you about, the third touch, and drop, we might have something like price might even come to this level, and then actually we have, you know, a break and retest, and then we have price go back to the upside. Let's make it blue. See, these are the two scenarios we might have, but obviously it's up to you. It's all up to your patience as a trader to say, okay, if I can tick all my confluences and all my, you know, my principles are met, I'm gonna enter. But yeah, for now, I'll just advise you to wait until you see something you're familiar with, you know. So yeah, in the case that gold is actually dropping, the blue line would be what we would like to see. I mean, I'd wait until the break edge of this line, of this downtrend, to say, okay, price is actually breaking out and then retesting before it goes up. And then in the case that, okay, the dollar is actually continuing to the upside and, you know, invalidating the trend line that I just showed you guys, okay, that would mean price is just gonna continue dropping, I guess, right? So it's really up to you. All there is to it is just patience and knowing when to enter, right? There's no other secret. And yeah, I wish you all the best this week. I wish you guys to be, you know, profitable. Follow your rules, follow your everything, guys. There's no secret to trading. There's no shortcut. There's no cheat code. There's no, you know, there's no hack. It's all about collecting data as time goes on the markets, you know, just taking note of the most important things that you learn and writing them down and journaling your trades, and, you know, being aware of what could happen and how to react to it, and focus on becoming better as a trader. That's all there is to it. As soon as you start chipping in the small game that you acquire from just like watching the markets and taking trades and journaling, that's how you're gonna become the best version of yourself as a trader, and that's how you actually improve as a trader. So with that being said, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for always, showing love and stopping by whenever you see that I've dropped something. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff, so that we can keep growing together. I told you guys that we're gonna be scaling up in real time, and I haven't forgot about the FTMO trial. That's still in the works, and unfortunately, I've lost the the account that I was working on when I dropped the most recent FTMO video, and it was solely based on time, because remember, with the trial we are given 14 days. I think with the objectives on the trial, it's just like they're all averaged out, in the sense that instead of 30 days and 60 days, everything is calculated to 14 days. Instead of 8% and 10%, or 10% and 5% profit targets, everything is just averaged to, I think, 5%, given the 14 days. So it's a little bit different from the real one. But yeah, I was just taken back by the time constraints, and I'm working on another one right now, which I'm about to do a video on. So if you are also doing the trial and you wanna know the update on my side, I'm gonna drop a video soon. And I also hope that you are doing well and you're actually treating it as a real account, so that you can actually get the gist of it and prepare yourself to be ready for a real one. So thank you very much for tuning in, and yeah, be profitable and stay blessed.